I found a funny story. It's probably applicable to several of us in this room. It's about Chippy the parakeet. Now, I had a parakeet when I was a boy, just probably 13 years old or so. I was out in the front yard. It came and landed in a little tree, and I went over and saw that it wasn't, just the average sparrow. And I coaxed it down. It landed on my finger, and it became my parakeet until I was about probably 17 years old. I mean, we fed that parakeet. I could take that parakeet out in the yard, and it wouldn't fly away too far. It would come back. One day I took it in the yard, and it was tired of living at our house. But what happened is that parakeet was named Pete. And I really liked the bird. We fed the bird. We took care of the bird. I had to clean the bird mess out. I hated that job. But Chippy the parakeet was a parakeet that just didn't see it coming. He never saw it coming. He'd sit around chirping and singing away in his cage. He was peacefully perched, singing his endless song. He was comfortable and safe. When all of a sudden one day he found himself tumbling and rolling, sucked into an abyss of darkness. He was stunned and he panicked. His problem was that his owner decided to clean the cage with a vacuum cleaner. What easier way could have been done to remove seeds and chippy dust and feathers from the cage? Got absolutely distracted while they were cleaning the vacuum out, talking on the phone. And all of a sudden, she realized what she had done, and she dropped the phone. She hurriedly turned off the vacuum. She unzipped the bag, and there was old Chippy. And I'm telling you, he was covered with dust, and his feathers were ruffled. He was almost lifeless, but he was still alive, dazed, covered with all of that trash and his own dust. She grabbed up Chippy and she ran to the bathroom and she put him under Niagara Falls. She knew she had to wash him off, and so she turned on the cold water full blast. He was coughing and sputtering. I mean, he just absolutely was just totally in a scramble. Finally, she realized, Chippy was clean, but he was cold. And being a good parakeet owner, she took Chippy and she grabbed a hairdryer. And she began to dry him with a hairdryer. Well, he was soaked. And she was doing the best she could to take care of Chippy. She was such a compassionate pet lover. I mean, what would you do? She did everything she could. He did survive. But he doesn't sing much anymore. He just sits and gazes, stares around the room, probably looking for her to come back with that vacuum cleaner. He was sucked in, he was washed up, and he was blown over. Being sucked in, washed up, and blown over, that's what it'll do to you. Some of you have been sucked in. You've been washed up and you've been blown over, but you don't have much of a song anymore. I thought about Paul and Silas. I don't think they saw it coming. I don't think they saw it coming. There have been so much heaven, so much revelation, so much wonder, so many miracles they'd seen, and then all of a sudden, they're thrown into jail in the 4th ward. I mean, way down deep in the Hoosgow. At midnight, they're sitting there. They have been sucked up, washed up, blown over, and at midnight, they begin to sing. They're not sitting on the perch gazing. They didn't lose their song. They have been beaten with many stripes. I begin to think about that. What I see that's going on right now is the world is playing mankind and we don't even understand what's going on. Listen, you're a part of another kingdom. You've got a song in the night. You've got a song no matter what you're going through.